Welcome to Stoughton Media Access Corporation's Community Forum Show. My name is Steve Kelly, and today we're going to bring you an important story for all of our communities. Together, my guests, we have Billy Inkslinger and John Green. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thanks for coming on. It's a bit of a difficult conversation for you, John. I'd like to start with you, and we can share for the audience to know that this epidemic of drugs that's overtaking all of our towns. In fact, Billy, your foundation, we can call it a foundation if you would, is Heroin is Killing My Town.
Yes, correct.
So if you can start us off, John, tell us why you're here.
I'm here to just mention the fact that I lost my son just last year of this epidemic. And I just want to let people know the pain I feel every day, every second of the day, thinking of that pain. You know, it's just, it's overwhelming. And now I just want to give back that message of, you know, love your kids, you know, check your medicine cabinets, because it happens quick.
And it happens to anyone.
Anyone.
You can be a doctor.
It doesn't matter.
You can be a custodian. Your kids, if you have kids, they're at risk.
That's correct.
And it can happen, maybe Billy, let me go to you. How quick can it happen, and how does it happen?
Very quick. It will start right in the medicine cabinet in your own bathroom, and you won't even know. You have some medication left over from an old surgery or something. The kids start sampling marijuana and drinking and partying, and then they go in and grab a pill, and then that's it. And once that pill starts, they turn over to a heroin, which is a far deadlier drug, and it's almost impossible to stop.
So you mentioned a far deadlier drug. Tell me a little bit about that, John. What is it that's going on today that, I mean, I'm older than you guys, all right? We always, in my generation, knew about heroin. It was always sort of on the fringe.
Yeah, on the back burner.
It's on the back burner. There were some people that were involved, and it was unfortunate then. It's unfortunate now, but there's something about the potency and availability of heroin today. What about that?
Like you said, fentanyl is the big potent of it. That's the mix now with fentanyl. And it's just killing people. You know?
So it's no longer just heroin.
Strictly fentanyl.
Strictly fentanyl. Bill, what is fentanyl?
Fentanyl is 10 times stronger than morphine. In the past 3 months in like New England area, and pretty much around the world, I can't speak for around the world, but I know for a fact here, it's pure fentanyl. It's the most deadliest drug there is. It's 10 times stronger than morphine, very addictive, and that's why a lot of people are overdosing right now. They think it's heroin. A lot of people don't understand it's not really heroin. They start mixing it and cutting it with different things, and now it's almost pure fentanyl. It's so bad that the Attorney General, I think, is working on, with the court systems. If you get caught trafficking fentanyl, they're going to give you some serious penalties for it because it's so deadly. It's killing our nation.
Wow, and it's something about the cravings that it creates.
It shuts down the receptors in your brain. And that's once you use it once. I call it myself personally, from my experiences, one shot, one kill. You use that stuff once and you get about a 5% chance to fight for your life. You know, it's very, very powerful. When they wake up in the morning, when they're using this stuff, it's calling for more and more and more. It's not the same as any other drug. It's just like takes over your mind, body and soul. When they wake up, they're not worried about eating, showering, going to work. They're worried about how they're gonna get money to get that next high so they don't get sick. And they get very sick. And their sickness, as we're on this conversation, is compared to a flu, you have a bad flu, 10 times of what a flu feels like to you or us as a person. It's 10 times as strong as the regular flu. Body aches, bad stomach, go in the bathroom on yourself, sweating, ice cold. It's horrifying. You feel like you get hit by a freight train within a half a day. So that's why a lot of people are chasing this drug, because they don't want that feeling. and they keep thinking, you know, I can't get dope sick. They start stealing and robbing from their families. It's very, very hard to overcome heroin. And I think the only way that they can is, like John's been saying, you know, you got to follow through long-term treatment. You got to be around the right people, and you need to be educated and follow through, or you're not going to overcome.
There are standard signs that people say, these are the signs. Did you see any signs?
I did. I caught some signs, but you know, we grew up in alcoholism with our family, you know, a lot of drinking in the family. So I never knew about drugs, per se, like that. And I know he started smoking weed, seen that.
And at what age?
That's 15 years old.
And that's not outrageous in this.
No,
It's not uncommon either.
It's
No.
not uncommon, right?
That's
It's
when they
just
start.
smoking
That's why.
weed,
Yeah,
right? It's like
right.
certainly,
Sampling.
Certainly, my generation cannot cast aspersions on the younger generation
Right.
about smoking weed, right? It was a great tie that everybody seemed to want to have.
Right.
Started with that. Next thing you know, hanging around his friends. Peer pressure also is a big thing. A friend of his says, you know, he had his wrist from a motorcycle injury or something. He was hurting. And the kid says to him, hey, try this pill. Try this. He tried it.
Painkiller.
A perk. Chasing that perk. And all of a
Percocet.
sudden, Percocet. Within a year and a half. Again, driving around with his friends, his girlfriend at the time. Hey, baby, try this. Shot him up with heroin. That quick. Peer pressure. When to say no. You know your crowd, who you're with.
Yeah.
You know.
One shot, one kill. He's living proof.
That's it.
He lost his son, one-time use.
You have a picture too. Did you want to show the picture
Yeah.
to the audience? So maybe if the guys in the booth can zero in a little bit.
Get the glare.
There
That's
we go.
perfect right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one shot, one kill right there.
Handsome young
Yeah.
man with a future.
Yeah, it's, you know, handsome
Full of
kid, 6'3", gone, 19 years old.
Didn't have a chance at life because of one shot.
So that's why we started a foundation, education awareness, Evan Foundation, and the program is No First Time Education Awareness that we're starting in the schools.
I see it here on the thing. So kind of get us another sense of this idea, no first time. What does that mean again?
So I wanted, you know, people, we got so much stuff like Billy's doing, helping people out there that, you know, once they hit that one time, it's a 5% success rate of trying to get off that stuff. So you're chasing it.
95% of people who hit it once
Fight for their
destroy
life.
their lives.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to hit it so they don't do that. I want to hit it so where we get in the schools at a 6th grade level when they're starting to smoke that weed and they have that peer pressure on them. I need to tell them, listen, this could kill you. They need to know, get educated to know. Because my son knew pretty much that that thing would have killed him. Maybe he wouldn't have taken that, you know. The peer pressure would have been less severe. He would have known, okay, that stuff would kill you. So I need to let these kids know, do not take that perk, you know. Smoke that weed like you're doing, it's no big deal. And now the weed is like 10 times even more than it used to be back in our day. You know, it's powerful stuff. And then taking that pill, and then, like they say, alcoholism. We have licenses, you can't, 21 years old, you can't get alcohol. Now, it's easy to get heroin at any grade level, simply than it is to get alcohol.
I've known as young as 12 and all the way up to like in the late 70s. I've passed away from it.
Do you have any thoughts about, I'm envisioning somebody in an auditorium, you know, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and they're just not hearing the message of the speaker. Like, you know, they bring you in, they say, you're going to speak, and you have all this good intention, and you say, no, I'm going to speak to these kids, I'm going to tell them my experience, I'm going to tell them not to do it. And I can see this sort of
Yeah.
fold over the years,
You gotta grab their
not
attention.
physically, but certainly
Yeah.
the gaze is onward.
Yep.
What can we do to interrupt that, though?
We thought that. Actually, we just did the castle where my son was in that program at 16 years old. We went in there, and one of the guys that speaks with me, he said, I'm afraid to go in there because these kids ain't going to listen to me. We went in there. There was a girl that was on drugs. She was 12 years old. She was in there 13 now, and up to the age of 17. And those kids, 15 kids sitting there watching our story, listening to our story, because, you know, I'm telling by the heart, I'm crying. I can't help myself. I'm just like, you know, giving the real thing. Well, my son had their booklet. He had a booklet that said, be true to thyself, the same book that they have today. I took that book out, and they knew that book. They go, oh yeah, ours is blue. So it's goals that they have to write down. So they could see that that can happen to them. So these kids all cried. They knew, like, hey, that's their life. So I have to get them, let them know, listen, that's the same. You're the same type of kid as my son. You know.
You're not
That's you.
different.
You're not different.
Nobody's
I
different.
think that's, it won't affect me,
No,
because
I
I
know.
think the kind
Not
of...
my kid is the famous
Yes.
word. Not my kid. it will take out your kid in a split second.
So, Billy, tell me more about the signs. So if I'm a parent,
If you have
right, or I'm a
signs,
grandparent in my case,
Right,
you know, I mean, I
right.
got two 13-year-old grandchildren.
Yes.
I got, you know, tell me, what are the signs?
key signs for people to watch out for, number one, is a change in your child. Sleeping all the time, or if your child's out working around the clock and come Saturday morning, your child has no more money. If you have Q-tips from your ears in their bedrooms, or any kind of cotton, or bottle caps with residue in them. Usually they take the water bottle caps and they use it to make it. Burnt spoons is another key issue. Little packets, cellophane, pieces of saran wrap in the room and the rubbish, you got to keep your eyes open. So if you see cotton, Q-tips, needle caps that are bright orange, water bottle covers,
What's a needle cap?
the cap from syringes, bright orange, are usually bright
Okay.
orange,
All right.
or sometimes the backside of them is white and short. So you want to look for needles, needle caps, water bottle covers, cotton, burnt spoons, cellophane wrappers of all sorts, and
If they're
the
asking
eyes.
for lighters or matches, does that-
They can do that very rarely, but they usually will. I've known people to use up to a year, 2 years without their parents even knowing. They run and hide from it, and you can't tell.
what about a
so-
parent who's going to say, look, my kid wouldn't do it, and I'm not going to invade his privacy or her privacy? What about that?
That's what happens. We try to
Yeah,
talk
Billy,
them
tell
into. You got to tell them. I mean, it's too late. And we share the real stories, like John's story, losing his son. I would call him right up and have him talk to John. Say, look, you need to talk to this person. This person didn't believe his son had a problem either, just like you did, and we lost his son. And we don't want to lose your son. So we need to wake you up and realize that it can happen to everybody. Not my child is key.
So how is it okay for me to go into my son's room or my daughter's room?
You can. You got to wait for them not to be around. I mean, it's your house. They're living on your roof, your rules. And then they get really mad. They get really violent. Then they start telling you they're leaving. They don't care. You're the jerk. They turn the tables really, really quick on you. And then they'll tell you, no, I don't have a problem. I'm tired from working. Then that's when you get out in the store and you buy a drug test. And you make them go to the bathroom in front of you because they can fool them too. I tell people all the time, so you know and the world knows. A heroin addict that's addicted could physically walk into a bank with 2 officers at the front door and walk out with all the money. That's how good they are. They'll do everything and anything in their power to get that next high, and nothing stops them at all. Their biggest cons, thieves. You go back, you know, you had a child using for a year, you go back into your jewelry box and your mother's first wedding ring that you had saved at the pawn shop, long gone, you wouldn't even know it. But that's why people need to realize they need to get into their medicine cabinets and put their medicine away, or put it in the right places and drop it off at a safe place to get rid of it and dispose of it, or flush it in the toilet. They need to lock that stuff down because it does happen. And we need, like he said, very important, if we don't get to the middle-aged school kids now, and it's a perfect time now because we're here, school starting, we're not going to save any more generations. We're going to lose the next generation. So we got to get them before they're at the age 12, 13, 14. Before they hit the high school, I think is a key age to get them to understand addiction and how powerful it is.
You know, we use a saying in our business, don't expect what you don't inspect.
Yeah.
I think that applies here.
Yes, it does.
You expect your kid to be clean,
Yes.
don't be afraid to inspect. Don't be
Exactly.
afraid to say, hey,
Right.
you know, no, it's my job. My
Keep your
job
eyes
is to make
open.
sure you're
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah.
If I want to go in your room to check, I'm going to go in your room.
That's right.
That's
you
it.
need to.
You know,
you need to. Well,
I'm
you
paying
gotta-
the bills, like
yeah,
you said.
You say it's your roof, but you got to understand, it's a life or death matter. If they get that one use, you're going to be fighting and fighting. You know how many people I deal with every day that's been in and out of rehabs 18 times, programs 40 times, traveled the world, been in and out of every program, and relapse and relapse and relapse and relapse. And then you get the local 5 to 7 day detoxes, they get out, use, and they die on the street. Now the other problem is they've robbed from you. If your son's stolen everything from you, your house is up on the market in foreclosure, your car's totaled from your son, people start cutting cords and they throw them out on the street. They don't want to do that, but how much can you handle?
How much can you take? And you're also
Right.
looking for your own life. To have
Exactly.
some degree of stability.
Right.
And they're the opposite of that. They bring
lot-
instability.
Yeah, and a lot of people reach out to me because they have nobody left. They're living under bridges in alleyways, and they come up to me and they can't believe that I pick up the phone. But I'm here to support them and do what they can, and I tell them they can have a good life.
Roy, Roy's in the background. Roy, we want to give a special thanks to our producer, Roy Cohen, and Jeff Pickett's out there as well. We want to get, if we can get Billy Inkslinger's contact information up on the screen, that would be really great. it would give us an opportunity to share that if someone is having a problem, or you think you're having a problem,
Right.
Give Billy
Feel
a call.
free to reach out. We
Feel
have
free,
many
and,
good
Billy
resources.
has made it his life's mission
Right now, yes.
to go and try to help as many people as he can. So I'll see if we can get that phone number right up on the screen.
Absolutely, that'd be excellent. Yeah, my mission is to help a lot of people.
Okay, so I don't think we have the number, but we can certainly give it out. So, Bill, what number would you have people
I have
call?
so many numbers I
Or
gave
even,
you.
do we have a Facebook? Or do we have
Yeah, Heroin is Killing My Town
Okay.
on Facebook is where you can find me. You can reach out to us through messaging. It's the best way. It's easier for us to keep tabs on, because my phone rings all day long. It doesn't
so
stop.
Heroin
is Killing My Town
is that
on
a
Facebook.
.com or
Yeah.
is Facebook?
Facebook.
On Facebook, all
Yes.
right.
And the number that you can reach me at is 1-844-437-6465. And you reach out to us. If you have a son or daughter or a loved one struggling, I'd be more than happy to give you the ins and outs of what to watch for. If you need me to come to your house and you're local, or if you're far away, we can do it over the phone, what to watch for, what's going to happen, how to get them the right treatment, and what's successful. And this experience comes from me helping save others. So every time I help someone, I question them, ask them why they used, how many times they've been in a detox, etc.
Yeah, so that
my
sort
knowledge
of an
is from.
interview process that you might have with either an addict or their parent. You would ask, give me an idea of the questions that you'd ask them.
I would ask them, if someone calls me out, I think my son or daughter's using. I ask them a bunch of questions like, well, are they working? No. When's the last time they worked? A week ago. Okay. Do they have a car? No. Are you buying them food and clothes and giving them rides and cell phones? Yes. I said, okay, well, that's going to stop. Your son's 27 years old, living under your roof with no job, no car, no license, and a criminal record, and you don't think there's a problem? There's a serious problem somewhere.
Right.
So we need to get to the bottom of it. Then I start asking questions about, are you finding burnt spoons? I have no spoons left in my house, Billy.
I was just going to say that. My spoons were gone.
Gone.
All gone.
Funny. So,
It's crazy, huh?
Bent.
No, I have no spoons in my
Gone.
house, Billy. Yeah, I think we got a problem with heroin.
okay,
Yeah.
what about, now that's a 27-year-old. Let's take it back to a 15-year-old, as you
15-year-old.
said. Yeah, so you'd call, a parent calls, and my daughter's 15, and I'm scared.
Right.
What do I do?
What you should do is familiarize yourself, and I'll send them the informational packets on what to look for. Eyeball size. Their eyes are very pinned, like the size of a pencil when they're high. That's one key thing. Then you get the syringes. You have cotton, bottle caps. The spoons is another. Failing in school, not showing up to school. And a lot of them, I don't even know how to say this, but a lot of them are very careless with keeping standing appointments, being on time. It just does not happen whatsoever. If you know that you have to be on the school bus at 7:30 in the morning, she's showing up at 8, going back home saying, I missed the bus. They're sleeping all the time, or if someone's nodding off like they're gonna look like they're sleeping all the time, there's no reason for it.
What about stayovers? Like when oh, tonight I'm staying over.
That's a big problem, and I think all parents should call the house that their child's staying at and verify with the parent. I would also say drop your child off at that facility, at that address facility. There's so much treatment.
They don't get picked up.
Yeah, drop them off. But I've known kids that have been dropped off as soon as the mother pulls away. They weren't even supposed to be in that house, and that was a different address altogether. And they run around the back and they're gone. So you need to verify where your children are going, I think, at the younger ages, even in the older ages. I mean, you can only control them up to a certain point. But I would verify and talk to parents, friends, check on them. It never hurts. If you could spend 3 hours on verifying a simple sleepover that saves your child's life, that 3 hours is well worth it, because you're never going to bring them back.
Great. Well, I think that's really good information. John, I don't think we've emphasized enough about your foundation and the upcoming golf tournament.
Yes.
So it's the second annual, and when is it? And tell us a little
It's
bit about it.
the second annual Evan Memorial Foundation golf tournament. It's at Eastern Country Club. It's September 10th to Thursday, and we're trying to raise awareness. And we got the governor coming, Lieutenant Governor. I got the mayor of Brockton, Bill Carpenter, who's a big candidate for this. You know, he does a lot. And we got some good people, and we actually got Billy also speaking there as well. And we got some great speakers to talk to them about, you know, people of recovery. A kid, Kevin Rosario, he runs the Gauze-All now. He knew my son, and he spoke last year. It was amazing, his testimony and story, you know. So you get some real true stories of hope, because we need to have some hope.
What a great point.
Yeah.
That really what you can offer is, in spite of the sadness and the tragedy, if you can offer hope, you know, even for the person that's in the grip of this disease, like, what would you say, John, if you could speak directly to the camera, to the person who might have just fallen upon this video, because we're going to put this on YouTube, right? And so say what you have to say, like, right to that person who's worried. They're like 16, they think they've gone too far already. What would you say?
Yeah, I would say, you know, it's not too late. You know, it's not too late to change your life. There's 5 basic steps of recovery. You gotta want it. You gotta want it yourself. You gotta learn to love yourself first, and that way you can help people. You know, so love yourself first. Get strong, and you know, and just help. You know, talk to your family and friends. You know, they will help you. You know, if you're out there struggling, call somebody. You know, they're willing to help you. You know, and that's basically where it starts. You know,
Because the
loving
drug
yourself
alienates you from the people that can help you the most.
That's right.
And Billy was saying one of the key things too. I noticed always go in the bathroom. Always in the bathroom.
Long terms in the bathroom.
Yeah, way
Long.
too long.
That's
Yeah, let's
you know,
cut the showers down to 10 minutes.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
No, they
just
spend 20
watch.
minutes in the bathroom a few times a day, yeah.
I used to see that with my son, like,
A
bathroom,
lot of people
like,
are being found dead in their bathrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad but true. They hear a loud boom, and that's their child in there with a needle in their arm, overdosing. It's happened. They turn on the
Just happened
shower,
recently, yeah.
they're flushing the toilet, they're doing the whole show. Like I told you, they'll walk out of a bank with all the money with police at the door. It's a scam and it's a con to get that next high. But a lot of people going in the bathroom, and 20 minutes in a bathroom 6 times a day and you don't have a bowel problem, that shouldn't be in that bathroom.
All right. Guys, you're doing a great job with the show. I'm going to ask our producer to run our credits right now.
Excellent.
Part of what we do in every show. So, Roy, if you can roll the credits with Gary LaPierre, we'll get that going.
And the crew wants to thank Maxie's Delicatessen. That's at 117 Sharon Street in Stoughton. They're 781-341-1662. American Cancer Society, yes, they're looking for volunteers. Drive cancer patients to and from their treatments. 1-800-ACS-6662. Or just go to www.cancer.org. Ilsa Mark's Food Pantry in St. Anthony's Free Market, 2 Park Avenue in Stoughton. For more information, call Christine Gallagher. That's at 781-341-0611 or 781-341-0549. Meals on Wheels. Just ask for Jessica. You'll find her at 781-344-8882, extension 2. Stoughton Penny Saver. Our business is advertising your business, they tell us. 27 Rose Glen Street, Stoughton, 781-344-4833. Community Forum showtimes in Stoughton. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 6 p.m., Monday at 8 p.m., Tuesday at 5 p.m. It's on Comcast Channel 9 and Verizon Channel 28. All comments and suggestions welcome. Contact us at communityforum1@yahoo.com. Community Forum showtimes in Easton. Mondays at 9 p.m., Tuesday at 8 a.m., Wednesdays 3 p.m., Saturday 10 a.m. And that too, Comcast Channel 9, Verizon Channel 22. Samaritans, they're at 41 West Street on the 4th floor in Boston, 02111. Their phone number is 617-536-2460. 24-hour helplines for Samaritans, and the number is 877-870-HOPE. That's 877-870-4673. Samaritans, you can find them at 800-252-TEEN. That's 252-8336. Or find them online at SamaritansHope.org.
So we're back in studio, and before we continue, a couple of quick things. I want to thank the guys in the background, Dave Young, Jeff Pickett, Mike Hammond, and Roy Cohen. We also have Stoughton Farmers Market every Saturday. It's at the wonderful Church Green. Fresh produce, etc. We have music there, double SNAP benefits for anybody that's in the community with SNAP. We'll double up the food for you, so come on down every Saturday. And we also have the Bob DiMatteo Memorial 5K Run and the 10th Annual Kids Day. That's going to start on September 27th. Bring your kids at 8 a.m. Have them do the 1 mile race. Extremely competitive with those kids crossing paths. And you'll end up at the Town Spa, the co-sponsor of the race, and they'll do a great job. So please come out and support these 2 wonderful businesses who support the community all the time. And finally, the Ann Havlin Memorial Blood and Food Drive. Saturday, September 19th, 7:30 a.m. to 2:30. It's at the Immaculate Conception Parish, another great community in our own community. To donate blood, call Tom Havlin, 781-341-0549, or Molly Mills, 781-929-3140, mollyann.mills@gmail.com. If you're going to bring food, just bring it to the event. And we thank you ahead of time because we know how much support you'll give us. And also now we're here for this very purpose today, the Evan Foundation, No First Time. We're looking for early education and awareness to fight substance abuse. And we're back in studio. And John, I wanted to ask you, how would you like to round out this interview?
I'd like to say, if you're alive, don't be ashamed. It's not too late. If you're alive, it's not too late. Just reach out, talk to somebody, and try to get some help as far as talking to your families, friends, and all that. But it's definitely never too late if you're still alive.
Now, anybody in the situation, there's this stigma, right? Whether it's, you don't want your friends, like if your kid is doing it, you don't want your friends. There's this stigma. Tell me, Billy, what can they do about the stigma, and tell me about some resources.
We got to break the stigma. The biggest thing is, if you say you have cancer and walk into a hospital or a police station, they will help you. If you say you're a heroin addict, they look at you, roll their eyes, and they mistreat you. We need to stop the junkie word. They're not junkies. They are drug addicts. They need help. It's a very bad disease, and people need to understand that we need to break this stigma. If someone needs help for any disease, we need to treat them all the same and treat them equally. If someone's a heroin addict and has a problem, they're not being labeled as a junkie. They're a human with a heartbeat, and we need to stop that immediately and treat them like we all need to be treated. If they have a heartbeat, we get treated the same.
Couple of resources.
Couple of resources. A great resource is Learn to Cope for someone that has a son or daughter or a family member struggling. Then you have the Addict's Mom out there, where you can reach out for the same purposes. We have Healthy Streets down in Lynn for Narcan training. It goes on and on. We have a lot of people, a lot of resources. If you guys reach out to us on my page, we can help you overcome. We can help you understand addiction as a whole, because it does put you through an awful lot of pain mentally to see your loved one falling apart and passing away.
All right, so I want to thank Billy Inkslinger.
Thank you.
And John Green
Thank you,
for
Steve.
coming on the show and trying to make a difference.
Thank you for
And
having
I
us.
think we
Having
need that
us.
in our communities. You have to realize.
We do.
And thank you all for watching.
No first time.